Hey everybody, Jason back with another movie review, and this time I'm continuing the Nightmare on Elm Street series, and this time I'm doing Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. And I really don't have the cover for it, but it's in this Nightmare on Elm Street collection box, which again I highly recommend getting, especially with somebody that doesn't have any of the movies out there. This is actually a very good buy and pretty inexpensive. So yeah, there's a disc in here that has part 2 and part 3 on the same disc. So I will quickly go over some of the people who act in it. Nobody in it is really well known, honestly. Mark Patton, who plays Jesse Walsh. Then you have Kim Myers, who plays Jesse's girlfriend. Robert Russler, who plays Grady, which is one of the guys that goes to high school with Jesse. You have special appearances by, and pardon me if I can't say this correctly, but it's Clu Gulager, something like that, and Hope Lang. And those two are Jesse's parents, so you see them very little. And then there's a girl who plays Jesse's sister. So we'll just get started. Basically, 1985 hits. It's pretty much a year after part 1 had hit theaters, and they are rushing to get another one in there. They're rushing to get another movie made, and this is not something that Wes Craven wanted this to happen. So he had no part in this in part 2. But they figured, oh, there's a bunch of fans out there. Let's just throw one out there real quick, and let's just put let's change the rules. And that's the first thing that I have a problem with this on this one. You remember in the first one, he comes out in dreams, and that's it. He's able to come out into the real world just long enough for Nancy to kill him. Well, now he needs to find somebody to, I guess, possess. And what happens is the Walsh family moves into Nancy Thompson's house on 1428 Elm Street. And it's been 5 years. Obviously, it's been hard for for somebody to sell this house. So what happens is they move in. In the very beginning, it's very odd. I mean, you're what appears to be him going to school or getting dropped off from school on a school bus. A bunch of kids on a school bus, including Jesse, who's in the back. They start dropping off kids. And you'll notice also that the bus driver at this point is Robert Englund without the makeup. So it's kind of tipped you off a little bit what's going to happen. So they're dropping off kids, and at the end of it, they got Jesse and 2 different girls on the other side of the bus. And those 2 girls were going to get dropped off. Well, the bus started continuing going, and this is a crazy scene. And then you find out that it's Freddy driving the bus. He gets up, and the whole earth is just collapsing. So the bus is caught on like one piece of land or something, and he gets back there. And as soon as he's about to cut them, then the scene cuts to the mom cutting up a tomato for breakfast. So a little odd. Then you get a loud scream from Jesse, and the sister says, "Mom, how come Jesse can't wake up like the rest of us?" Well, he's just having another dream. So apparently he has a lot of dreams, and just like Nancy Thompson, he dreams of Freddy. This one's, again, really different than the first one. You see a lot of times where it's the daytime. He's at school, and it's just a lot of filler. It is pointless, honestly. And one of them is Jesse's freaked out. Now I'm kind of jumping around a little bit, so pardon me. But Jesse's freaked out of what's been going on, and And then the girlfriend is asking him, wish that he would talk to him. Well, nothing happens out of this, so I don't understand it. And then there's a lot of nighttime stuff where he's in a dream and he walks into the sister's bedroom and she's doing jump rope. And then that's it. That's the dream. And then you're back in the morning. So I don't understand what's going on here. But what happens is he's in another dream and he goes downstairs into the basement and he finds the claws in the boiler from the very first one that we remember Nancy's mom showing us. And then we see Freddy. And Freddy's like, hey, go ahead and try it on for size. And he turns around and trips on something and realizes when he looks over there, Freddy's no longer there. And it wasn't really a dream. So he was sleepwalking. So at this point, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's a dream. We don't know what's reality. And that's the problem, another problem I have with this movie. So later on in the movie, he's what we think is dreaming. He goes to a leather bar. And I won't even go there. And he notices he's asking for alcohol, and who stops him is the gym coach. I can't recall who his name is, but I've seen him in a few other movies before, including Stand By Me. But then they go to the school, and he runs laps around the gym, and this gym coach is really he's real mean, and and you'll notice that Jesse and his friend Grady do a lot of push-ups because they're saying some stuff and doing some stupid stuff, fighting. And then you realize that, okay, Jesse goes to take a shower after he does all that running, and the coach is in the locker room as well, putting stuff away, and out of the fog of the smoke comes Freddy. And before this, we actually find out that Freddy gets to Jess and says, you have the body, I have the brain. And so again, it's weird. So really, all in all, what's happening is somehow Freddy has possessed Jesse, and instead of Jesse doing the killing, it's actually Freddy doing the killing. But so you just don't know what's going on. So the gym coach is, he's hung up by some jump rope and he's slashed in the back to death. And then it flashes back over to Jesse where he has the claw and it's Jesse. And then he screams and then you hear a pounding on the door. You find out that he has been wandering the highway naked. And the cops have brought him home. So the father thinks he's on drugs. Then also you have another weird scene also. And again, I'm jumping back and forth, so pardon me. The room is hot. They're in the living room, doing their own thing. And it's so hot in there, and the bird starts flapping in the air, gets out, starts biting the father on the face, running, and then it blows up, explodes. And of course, first, one of two things. First, he blames the mom on the cheap bird seed, and secondly, then he's like, "Oh no, it's Jesse. It was you. Why did you do that? You put a cherry bomb and you made him explode." So the father just doesn't want to accept that there's something going on. But again, this is just filler. I just don't understand it. And then we'll jump into the ending of it. Part of the ending of it. One of the cool things I do like is that. Well, actually, before I jump in that. When he was moving in to the house and Jesse was told to unpack things, the girlfriend and Jesse had found a diary of Nancy Thompson's. So apparently she had been writing a journal the whole time, or a diary. So it's kind of weird, but he ends up reading this and finds out that she had the same problem as him, a guy with razors, Fred Krueger, and the girlfriend does some investigating and finds out that he worked at a boiler room, and then they drove to the boiler room. Again, it was kind of cool to see this part of it, but nothing came out of it. You start getting a little scared, and then it's a rat. So, well, anyway, at the end of it, the girlfriend has a pool party, which they spend a lot of time on, and Jesse, again, turns into Freddy and terrorizes everybody at the pool party. He kills a couple people. You do get a funny part where a guy's trying to tell Freddy to listen to reason, calm down, we're here to help you, and then he slashes him and throws him away. So they were trying to make it scary, and honestly, the magic from part one honestly wasn't there. Basically, at the end of it, what happens is the girlfriend goes to the boiler room because Freddy at the party had just turned and disappeared, which is kind of weird. He was disappearing and reappearing and all that. It's just really weird. And she followed him over to the boiler room that they had gone earlier, and she killed him. And then it's out of the burnt crisp that he was, it turned. It was Jesse. The ending of the movie was them on the school bus. Jesse's still recovering, and one of the girlfriends from the school of Jesse's girlfriend, saying everything's okay, and then all of a sudden you get Freddy's claw coming out of her chest or stomach, and then that's the ending of it with Freddy's laugh. So I gave a 10 out of 10 with the first one. Definitely must watch the first one. What I give out of this one, and before I even say that, it's watchable. I'm not going to say pass it up, but it's definitely not like the first one. It lost a lot of its magic, so to say. But I will give it a 6 out of 10. It's watchable, and I don't watch it as much as I do like the first one, for example, or some of the other ones in the other part of the franchise. But I do come back and watch it, so it's tolerable. It's just some weird things going on and a weird vibe, which I won't get into. But that's it. I mean, everybody, continue watching these videos. Comment below. You can also go to my Facebook page, www.facebook.com/DVD Review Dude. Go ahead and like that page, and I do my updates to this channel there, and I do also take requests. So any series of movies you want me to do, any one-off movies you want me to do, I will try to do my best to do all my requests. So thank you very much, everybody, and I will see you next time when we return to A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, The Dream Warriors. Thank you very much, and have a great day. We'll see you next time.